In this video, I'm going to show you my morning routine based on the law of attraction. I've been a student of the law of attraction and somebody who practices what I've learned about the law of attraction for a number of years. And I've actually gotten really good at creating a life that I really love. However, my desire to be a masterful creator of my own reality inspired me to create this morning routine. And I can't wait to share it with you. It's fun, it's easy, it's a little bit addictive, and here it is. Hey everybody, thank you for joining me on my Extraordinary Quest channel. I just love that name, mostly because I feel like it describes the journey I am on to create an extraordinary life. My name is Belinda, and today I am sharing my morning routine based on the law of attraction principles. I actually promised this video to a number of my clients quite a bit ago, so I'm very happy to be fulfilling that promise. Anyway, let's get started. I have been on a spiritual journey for as long as I can remember, but more deliberately since college. And I've had some incredible teachers and mentors. And over time, I discovered Abraham Hicks, who to me is information directly from source and information I resonate with best. I also evolved from being a student to somebody who practices these principles to it now being part of my own private practice as a neurotherapist and a life coach. So I'm not going to talk much about the concepts of law of attraction. That would just take too long. But there are some concepts you need to get in order to be successful. So the first one is this. You've got to understand vibration. Here is an easy way to understand vibration. This is the emotional guidance scale as described by Abraham Hicks. The emotional guidance scale is a scale of our feelings and emotions in sequence from our highest vibrational feelings, such as love, appreciation, and joy, to our lowest vibrational feelings, such as fear, grief, and powerlessness. Law of attraction states that we create our own reality and that everything that comes to us is based on our individual vibrational offering. So the key here is just to live at that high vibrational state. It sounds easy, but my attempts to do so led me to being what I would call a sloppy creator. Sometimes I created very well, and other times I didn't, and that wasn't good enough for me. My desire to be a masterful creator of my own reality inspired me to create this morning routine, and here it is. So the morning time is my best opportunity to awaken in that high vibrational state or get there pretty quickly. And then I use these morning practices to maintain that vibrational state for as long as I can. When I become conscious that I am thinking, so what Eckhart Tolle calls the silent watcher of your thoughts, I take conscious control over my thoughts and guide them to positive thinking, specifically thoughts of love and appreciation. I find that I can calibrate to those energies quite readily, so that's where I focus. I start appreciating things in my immediate environment, such as, I love my bed. I love my dog laying next to me. I love where I'm at. I love the morning time. And then those thoughts attract another and another, and so on. The next activities of the day do not need to be done in any particular order. I just let the impulses of the morning direct me, and a little encouragement from my dog. But today, however, I got up after directing my thoughts. I got up and went downstairs with my dog to make myself a cup of coffee, and then he and I headed outdoors. I wake up super early in the morning. It's about 4 a.m. at this point. I'm in this incredible, beautiful backyard surrounded by trees. 4 a.m. is the most magical moment for me. I typically go out barefoot. Well, weather permitting. Let's say that. And then I ground myself. Being barefoot outside is grounding in and of itself, but I do a technique by Jeffrey Allen, who is an energy healer. And then I just am surrounded by trees, looking up at this peaceful, adoring sky. It's just lovely. Sometimes I offer words of appreciation for the love, the inspiration, and the guidance I'm receiving. And then other times I'm just basking in the feeling of the oneness of it all. And I do that for as long as it feels good. And then I come back indoors with my dog. I feel like I'm going into too much detail, but I'm going to just tell you what I do. So now my coffee is made. I'm back in the house, and I'm drinking my coffee as a mindfulness activity. There are many teachers of mindfulness out there. Eckhart Tolle is one I just love. John Kabat-Zinn. They're the ones that come to mind. How I do a mindfulness activity is to bring all of my senses into the activity. I approach it as if I've never done it before, with new eyes. And I take it consciously through the five senses. So in other words, to myself saying this, I see what I see, I hear what I hear, I smell what I smell, I taste what I taste, I feel what I feel. And I go through that several times while I'm in the process of drinking the coffee. And it's amazing how much you actually taste the coffee when you're drinking it. I think I've gone through thousands of cups of coffee without ever tasting them. But anyway, I'm just gathering information from all my senses, no judgment, just collecting info as a brand new experience. As I'm finishing my coffee, I'm going to prepare myself for meditation. So I do something called segment intending. I use segment intending as a tool for resetting my vibration and putting myself into a state of allowing. So I say things such as, I love the feeling of letting go of thought. I adore being connected. I love being in the receptive mode. I really enjoy watching the movie, if there is one. And then I do an eyes closed meditation. I sit for 17 minutes, focus on the sound of something boring. I quiet my mind, I allow my vibration to rise, and then I just enjoy the ride. The construction workers got started early this morning, so I have relocated to another portion of the house. I'm hoping it's quieter here, and it's quite a bit chillier, so I put on a sweatshirt. So this is actually becoming the more casual part of this video as well. But anyway, let me get going. My next two activities involve notebooks and me writing. My first notebook is called My Book of Positive Aspects. And this is another process from Abraham Hicks. As a matter of fact, they call it their most momentum building process. This process involves me writing one page of positive aspects about a particular person or a subject. If you're new to this, what I would suggest is find a person that you can easily find positive aspects about, or a subject that you can easily find positive aspects about. So the second notebook I named Extraordinary Me 1 year from now. And I thought I came up with this all on my own, but I'm finding that there are some other people with similar ideas. It was a process for me to get here, but if I want to be a masterful creator of my own reality, then I better know what I want, right? So I am writing 2 pages in the morning about me and what I want a year from now. So here's what I do. I do a segment intending to begin with, which is, once again, I'm matching what I want here. And I say things such as, I love the feeling of knowing what I want. I love the feeling of clarity. I love the feeling of joy, of fun, of happiness, of love. I love the feeling of adventure. And I don't say those particular words each time, but something similar. And then I project myself into the future and I write for 2 pages. Not only have I been able to understand what I want more in life, but I've also become more clear on who I want to be with and how I want to feel and, what I want to be doing. It's been a really fascinating experience. I'm going to say something else. I'm starting to get chills just thinking that I'm going to say this. So what I'm living this year is what I wrote about last year. And sometimes I'm not certain if I'm actually doing the writing or the writing is just coming through me. And I don't know if you're going to understand that because I'm not sure I understand it completely either. But things that I'm writing about, I wouldn't have intentionally sat down to write. And then when I write them, I'm just buzzing. It's just such a physical experience besides being like, wow, that is really what I want. That is really what I consider fun and joy and love. And, anyway, some of it's hard to define, but as I'm pondering there, let me go through a few important tips. The first one, my notebook on Extraordinary Me 1 year from now, is my version of Abraham Hicks scripting. I've done all kinds of scripting throughout the years. This one I just found to be works better for me. It hits what I need more. My desire to know what I want in detail, but keep my frequency high as I'm exploring it, has been really accomplished through writing in this notebook. The other point I wanted to make on that is if you choose to do scripting like this, make sure you bring your whole self in, all your senses in. The next point I want to make is I view these activities as a vibrational exercise. In other words, I'm exercising my vibrational muscle until it becomes my dominant state. And I think that really hits the nail on the head. And the third is, if you're planning on doing all of this, do it for the joy of it. The manifestations will come. Believe me, they'll come. You want to do it for the raising of the vibration, for the joy of having this incredibly beautiful morning. All the rest of it will just come for you. And that one I'm not going to be able to convince you of. Just try it and see how it works for you. Anyway, that part I'd love to hear back from you on. Okay, that's my last of everything that I'm going to talk about. Thank you so much for visiting this channel. I so appreciate it. If you like the information, please indicate that. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd love that as well. I have more videos coming based on requests that I've gotten from clients and other individuals that I've run into over the years. And I'm getting to those very shortly. They should be up pretty soon. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Something you're going to notice as you make it through my video is that my hair looks different. Scene by scene by scene. My hair has a life of its own. It's highly affected by the moisture in the air, whether I'm inside or outside, all kinds of stuff. My thought was that I was going to just film this from the beginning to the end, but the construction workers next door had a whole different idea. So I basically filmed around them, which made filming extend over several days. And I look different each time I come on to the screen, but it is what it is.